Hey everybody, this is Reviews and More, back with a quick review. This is on the As Seen on TV Volcano enamel pan. So it uses lava flow technology, but before we get going, as always, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you see a little red subscribe button, it means you're not subscribed. I realize you may have to make an account and stuff, but I really appreciate it if you give the video a like and a subscribe. It really helps out the channel. So here's the pan itself. It cost 20 bucks. I picked this one up from Target. It has a textured surface, but it's not rough. So that texture you're seeing there is smooth, but it's like it's been coated over, so like it doesn't feel rough to the touch. It doesn't feel like sandpaper. It feels like really it isn't cast iron that's been well worn. It's more like that's kind of the feel it has. So it's that enamel coating over that rougher surface. In theory, it's supposed to make the searing better and the cooking work better. I'm not exactly sure why they advertise that. In just a moment, you'll see their actual boilerplate getting rid of all the other options they have, because this pan advertises being able to sear things faster, cook things faster. It's just, to me, a standard enamel pan. But here's the instruction to the side. It says use low to medium heat. You're not going to get the pan hotter than the stovetop, so low to medium heat is what you're going to get. Always use a little bit of butter. It even says that on there you can cook oil free, but it's for best results. They want you to use some kind of oil, as it shows right there. And it is dishwasher safe, but it even says on here, if you want to keep that non-stick durability to it, hand wash it and use a sponge. And do not season the pan. So with the boilerplate at the underneath it that you can't see on the main packaging, it kind of absolves itself of all the other fun stuff that these pans can do. So here we have the cold start right here, and this is what I do for all my pan reviews that claim to be non-stick. I do a worst case scenario cold start, like you cracked your egg onto a cold pan with the burner not even on yet. Oops, what's the worst case scenario with no oil? And I'll go ahead and clip ahead to where it starts cooking it, but it'll cook it just fine. It'll stay non-stick. It's not gonna it won't slide around the pan the way it would if it were oiled. But you're not going to have to worry about it actually like sticking or burning onto the pan, as long as you keep it at that medium to low heat. So my burner goes from 0 to 12, so I put it on 6. Sorry, 0 to 10, so I put it on 6. And here you see it cooking. You actually see it kind of flaking away at the top there, just from the heat of what's cooking inside of it. And note, if you cook eggs without oil, it will not taste exactly the same. The yolk will taste the same, but the outside egg, like that portion that's cooked through on the right-hand side there, it almost had that texture of rubber, because, again, there's no oil in it. It's just pure egg protein being cooked on a pan. So that's what you kind of get the result of. So always cook with oil for best results, because it'll taste better. You can cook without oil, but the results will not be as good. And from a flavor standpoint, same thing with stir fries. If you try to do a stir fry without actually putting oil into it, you're going to have a rough time with it. It's going to taste like boiled veggies at best. So just keep that in mind as you're working through this stuff. Also, it's not going to prevent certain foods from having their own oil in them. So like if you cook bacon on here, bacon kind of provides its own oil. So there's no such thing as oil-free cooking with bacon, because bacon by definition is high fat, which creates oil in the pan. All right, now we'll do a hot start with no oil. Similar results. You get the same kind of thing going on. You're still going to get that rubbery consistency if there's no oil in it, so just be aware of that. It's not a perfect no oil cooking system. It's not going to give you the same results. In fact, there's no oil cooking system where it's like, this tastes the exact same as if we used oil. No, it's not going to be the same. The benefit to this is I like my eggs runny, which means the yolk is nice and warm, and the yolk is where most of the fat in eggs is located, so that's where all the oil in the egg is located. But again, the outside portion, the egg white's got very rubbery, so it does work. See how cleanly that came off. There's almost no stick to it, which makes cleaning super, super easy. I think the biggest advertising point for these pans is the fact that cleaning is a breeze. One thing I did complete and test on this was actually cooking down sugar into like a candy strip. That does work. So it's very, very non-stick, even with just pure sugar. And here you see the hot start with oil. This is where you kind of see the texturedness of the pan kind of working in its favor. If you just had a smooth pan, like it's just glass smooth, it would slide a lot easier. This doesn't move quite as much, and depending on your cooking style, you might not want it to cook much. So that's why they're advertising that it sears quicker, simply because it doesn't move on the pan. I'm not exactly sure about that. I think that might just be a bunch of bluster in advertising, but on the off chance that's not, I think that might be what they're kind of advertising here. It's a good pan. It's not a bad pan. It's thick. The bottom of the pan is coated with a paint. I think on any given cooking surface that'll be destroyed within a couple months of regular use, because there's nothing to prevent it from just turning into nothingness. Other than that, guys, if you have any questions, post them in the comments. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to the video, and have a great day.